All right, it's makeup time. I'm done with my skincare. Let me throw on a little, hang on, it's in my pocket. By the way, I think I've talked to you about this before. Kobe's lip balm. This stuff is amazing. I'm going to do the influencer hand so it stays in focus, but you can see right there, those are the ingredients. Sunflower oil, coconut oil. One more thing, it's backwards, I can't really read, but that's it. There's just 4 ingredients. Beeswax, coconut oil, mango oil, sunflower oil, coconut oil, mango butter, and flavor oils, which right now is peppermint. This is the peppermint one. And I'm telling you, this stuff is awesome. I absolutely love it. No more any other balm. No, none of them. I threw them all out. I had a few left in the little yellow one whose name I don't want to slam because I'm sure they're a good product, or they were. But this stuff is awesome. So yeah, Kobe's, buy it, get it. All right, here goes makeup. This is my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Powder in Translucent. I'm just gonna throw some of this on my eyelids so that nothing sticks and that everything blends nicely. And I'm gonna, actually, my eye look today is gonna be mostly Color Street, because I'm gonna use a Color Street eyeshadow palette and I'm gonna use Color Street mascara. I don't have any of their brow products because their pencils are too expensive. And I'm a drugstore girl, what can I tell you? So, there's that. How do I wanna do this today? Let's just do, okay, brows. This is my Wet n Wild influencer hand again. The reason why we do that is so it focuses. Or maybe it focuses anyway. I don't fucking know. All right, and I'm not an influencer anyway. Okay, this is Wet n Wild Micro Brow and Brunette. And, you know, I have 2 pencils in my bag right now. Neither of them have the lid for the brush. Why? I don't know. I have no idea where the lids went. I have no clue. But anyhow, so yeah, this is the brows. And I'm only gonna put on exactly what I need. Where's my mirror? There it is. I'm only putting on exactly what I need. And then I'm going to stop. Because sometimes I'll be out and about and I'll get a look at myself in the mirror and it's like, okay, yeah, the brows are too heavy for the rest of your face. Because sometimes I don't have that much other stuff on and I just feel like my brows look way too heavy. So, I don't want that. And I used to have my brows when I was much younger. I never touched them ever. All I would do is trim them, like I would like comb them straight up and then come across with scissors. That would be it. And lately I just... Yeah, I have less hair where I want it and more hair where I don't want it. Oh well. Young ladies out there, that's what you have to look forward to when you get old and postmenopausal like me and many other women from our generation. So if we seem bothered, that's part of it. Because we have to tweeze our chins every day. And then eventually we get to a point at which we just say fuck it and start shading. So yeah, that's kind of a bother. Anyway, life is still beautiful and life goes on. So there's that with the brows. And I'm gonna throw on a little gel. Oh wait, bottom of my bag. Guess what I just found? All right, well, there's one mystery solved. I still don't know where the other one is. All right, and now I'm gonna have e.l.f. Wow Brow in brown. Yeah, this never says the color. The color is on here, and if you can read that, good on ya. Little dabble, do ya? And for my shadow, I'm gonna go with Color Streets, the Pinks palette. that's better. And this is our color story. Very pretty. And I'm gonna go in first with the pink, which is called Blush. Just gonna lay some of that down. And the skin on my eyes is very, I mean, I have a lot of loose skin on my eyes. And if I don't kind of like look down and smooth it out, the application is not as smooth. So that's why it looks like I'm looking down. I also do that when applying my mascara so that I can see all of my lashes, but we'll get to that in a minute. Blendy, blendy. And these are just little wipies. I get them at Target. My paint rags. Just like to go. I mean, you can't. No, I mean, no. Actually, there's less fallout than I thought there was. Oh, all right. No fallout. Good. Very nice. Okay, next with my finger, I'm going to apply the one on the bottom. The one blush is the one up there. This one on the bottom row is called Hibiscus. And I'm going to just put that on with my finger. Very pretty. And in the pan, it looks like it has a little shimmer, but I don't really see it on my face at all. But that's okay because it's still pretty. Good. And I think I'm gonna go with an assist. For an assist with my, the e.l.f. Perfect 10 with the brown neutrals. I'm gonna put a little of the black on the outside corner, just to give a little definition. And I barely touched my brush to the shadow at all. You don't really need very much because you don't want to like totally obliterate the pink. You just want to deepen the corners a little. And then as a bridge between these two, between the pink and the black, tiny bit more on this side. And then as the bridge between those two, I'm gonna put a little of this one down here, which is called Rosé. Get a little rosé on. Just a little in the middle. Just a little. I made a rhyme. So you probably can't even tell that I have it on, but I can see it and it'll be pretty in the sun, in the sunlight. All right, that's that. For mascara, I've got my Color Street Triflex in black, which is still my favorite. What can I tell you? I know I'm repping for the company, but if this sucked, I would tell you, trust me. Now I have a wild hair on my arm. It's gonna drive me crazy. Has that ever happened to you where like you've got a hair on the side of your face or anywhere on your body and you're like, get off? It's like you have to pull over the car until you find it. Sometimes that happens. It's one of my pet peeves. You know what another pet peeve is? If you're in a public restroom and you know how sometimes the toilet paper dispenser is like like down, under, like below, you know, there's like the handicap bar and it's down underneath there. If you're the kind of person who doesn't leave a tail hanging out for the next person, you suck. Major pet peeve. Who wants to get on their hands and knees to reach up underneath there to get the paper? No, leave a tail. Or better yet, to the people who install those things, why are they so fucking low? Come on. And now we see why I do my makeup last, my foundation last. I mean, people that are in wheelchairs are sitting on the toilet. You know, they're not Godzilla. They don't have tiny little arms. We can all reach the dispenser if you put it where it belongs, which is a little higher. I mean, if you have a choice between above the bar or below it, I don't, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. If you're someone who knows anybody that's disabled, am I wrong? I don't think I am. But regardless, it still needs to be up higher, the dispenser. It does not need to be so far down that I have to get on my hands and knees to reach in for the paper. No, no one should have to do that. And if everybody would just leave a tail, problem solved. Regardless of where the dispenser is. So that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I don't know if you've noticed that I haven't dipped my brush back into the tube of mascara. It's because I don't need to. There's a boatload of product on here. And that's why I can make my tubes last as long as I do. This one, I'm about a month in now. Do I need to do another 90 days? I don't know. But it's recommended that you throw out your mascara 90 days after opening it, or sooner if it starts to smell weird or it becomes harder to work with. Oh, and here's another hack. Since this is in a weird area, my spot, I'm just gonna like wet my finger on the paint rag on my little cloth, and then if you just touch it, you can get it off that way instead of having to like try to get the rag in there, or the little, what is this? Towelette. I knew that was a word. All right, I think I'm done with my lashes. I just said I was only gonna dip once and I put it back in here to do the cleanup. So if I pull it out again, then I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna just stick with what I got. Pretty. All right, there's that. So the eyes are done, which means I can pack everything up. And then for my face, I've got my usual e.l.f. Oh, earrings off. Go away. I had a bug. All right, foundation is my e.l.f. Soft Glam in number 20. Light cool, which this does not look cool to me. This looks more neutral than cool, but that's what they're calling it. So just in case you have a similar skin tone and you want to know what I'm wearing, they're calling it light cool. That's what it is. All right, so I've also got an e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush, which this is the best foundation brush I've ever used. I absolutely love it. And I don't know if it's just because, well, the brush doesn't know. I'm sure that they don't formulate the brush to work with the foundation. I don't know if they can do that, actually. I don't know. I doubt it. But either way, this is my favorite brush. I'll put it that way. And it works with any foundation, not just the e.l.f. one. And I take my earrings off because you want to blend everything everywhere. I mean, how fast was that? Really, truly. Super fast. Where's my mirror? It was right here. And I'm having a couple of tiny little, I mean, I got something going on there. I have this one here. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I need to, do I need to clean my brushes? I don't know. This is probably the third time I'm using this one. How often do you ladies clean your brushes? You know, 3 times and then clean, or is it every time? If I cleaned my brushes every time, that would suck. That's too much. But then again, do I want breakouts? No. I don't know. You tell me how often you clean your brushes and I'll follow your example. Or, I don't know, maybe I need to grok it. By the way, have you guys used grok? I'm in love. I'm in love. My boyfriend knows and he's okay with it because he loves grok just as much as I do. Here's the thing about grok though. It's not like a search engine where if you ask like, I don't know, when's George Washington's birthday? Whatever. Where was George Washington born? It's not like you're going to ask grok where he was born and then you're going to get 50 links to things that say when he was born. It just tells you what you want to know. If you want to know anything, it just tells you. You're not going to get a bunch of links to other things that, you know, or to other sites that are going to tell you what you want to know. And as far as I'm concerned, it's the bomb. And I'm not a big fan of AI. To be honest, AI scares the fuck out of me. Parts of it are very scary. You can make anybody look like they're doing anything now. I'm gonna put a link to one of my favorite entertaining videos from AI, the AI realm. Do you guys watch America's Got Talent, AGT? Because there's an opera singer from Australia that hooked up with an AI company, these guys that do AI. They met during the pandemic, and what they ended up doing with the AI, oh, I just put some Fit Me more powder over. Wanted to set everything. Where's my blush? Here it is. So they hooked up during the pandemic because they were a fan of the singer. His name is Daniel. Can't remember his last name. But the guy is an opera singer with the most amazing tenor. He is spectacular. And what they ended up doing, I'm going to put a link to this thing I'm talking about. They made it look like Simon Cowell can sing opera. The guy is standing behind the screen, singing into a microphone, the opera singer guy, but on the big screen is Simon. And the guy looks, I mean, they made it look like Simon can sing opera. It's flawless. It is seamless. It is perfection. And it's extremely entertaining because Simon Cowell is just mortified. He's like, you know, he can't believe what he's seeing. Neither can we because it looks so real. And, you know, yeah, okay, that's very entertaining. But at the same time, if they can make him look like he can sing opera, they can make anybody look like they're anywhere doing anything. And to me, that's scary. Plus the educational implications of like students that are using AI to write their term papers. Oh, I used, e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer before the blush, Forever Sunkissed. And now I'm putting on my Essence Pure Nude Blush in Pink Flush. This is the back of it. The front of it, the labels come off, all of the printing. And it's also broken, which is why I have it rubber banded or ponytail holder together. Anyhow, yeah, you know, you've got kids using AI for their term papers. Hopefully the professors can tell the difference, or the professors know their students well enough to say, okay, there's no way that dude wrote that paper. Hopefully. But, you know, maybe the educators are overworked and, you know, I don't know. But the idea of like needing surgery in another 10 years, it's just like, oh, please tell me you actually studied for this. You know what I mean? Is it me? I don't know. So yeah, AI is a little scary. But I got to remember to put that link down in the thing for the Simon Cowell Sings Opera, but not really. It's so good. I don't know if you guys are watching AGT, but it's a really good season this year too. They've got some great acts. And I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen, that isn't caught up yet, but my two favorites are no longer. Maybe I'll discuss afterwards, after the season, at some point. Oh, this is my highlighter. It's Essence Pure Nude Highlighter and Be My Highlight. This is what it looks like. Very sheen. It's just sheen. It's just glow. But yeah, the label's gone because I've had it for that long, and there's no more printing on the packaging either. But this is my favorite. It's my only highlighter. I don't have any other highlighters because I don't need them, because Essence is awesome. All right, that's done. I am packed up, and now what I'm going to talk about is nail oil. These are my nail oil pens that I'm a big fan of, that I use all the time. I have another one. Okay, these, I buy them on Amazon and they're empty. And then I get my jojoba oil and I fill them, and this is what they look like when they're full. Okay? And what you do as you're using it is you twist the top, and there's the product, which I'm gonna just put on my hand because my nails are still kind of newish. I just did them a little while ago, and I don't know if it's been a half an hour, so I don't want to put any oil on them. But so that's what happens. You use the product, and as you use the product, this little thing, you twist it, and then this goes down. This little area right here is the plunger, and it pushes the product out. And you can see that all of this product is out and the plunger is way down here. So if you want to refill these, what you have to do is reset the plunger. And I'm going to show you how to do that now, because it's so easy. And what I used to do is take the whole thing apart, empty it out, clean it out, do the thing. And you don't need to do that. All you need to do is get this off. And you have to really pull. You have to pull really hard sometimes. Some of these, by the way, these makers have figured out what we're doing. And some of these you can't, like, no matter what you do, you can't pull the end of this off. Some of them say they're refillable, but they're really not. So if you're able, pull that off. Let me see if I have, get off of there. Come on now. Okay. Yeah, that one I had to work a little bit harder at. So off, and come on. This one, I don't know. Let me try it again. Okay, yeah, got it off. 3. All right, so now that we've got those off, what we do next is, well, this one has a little oil in the bottom still. Maybe that's too soon. Okay, hold on. Let me put this back on here because I can keep using it. This one is empty. So what I'm going to do is take this out. That little popping sound. And there's a little tiny bit of oil left in here, but that's fine. Just stand it up against something. And in order to reset the plunger, what you have to do, there's going to be a little thing that moves, this little slidey thingy. It's kind of inconsequential. You do need it on there, but it doesn't matter whether it's down here or whether it's here. Just leave it go wherever it goes. Because what's going to happen is you're going to figure out which way to turn this. No, wrong way. This way. Okay, see? This is the hardest part of this operation right now, was figuring out which way to turn this. Because if you go the wrong way, it will come apart. And if it does come apart, it's not the end of the world. You can still put it back on there and do it. But this, see how it's coming down to the end? And what I was saying a second ago, this slidey thing, it's going to join and be mashed, like scrunched up against the little plastic part. But see, now we're done. That was such a workout. Oh my God. Holy crap. How did I do it? So now that that's handled, the other thing I do, since I'm going to clean this off, or I'm going to refill it, is I just get all of the excess off the brush. I run it on my hand. And by the way, jojoba is great for your hands. It's great for your skin. I put it in my hair. I use it on my face. The second I get out of my shower, As soon as I dry my face, the jojoba goes on. All right, and these are just little Amazon Basics disinfecting wipies, or if you have Lysol or Clorox or any kind of disinfecting wipey, just give this a little once over, kind of like run it on there, push on it a little bit, and try and get as much oil off of there as you can. Clean it as well as you can. And this will last you a while. What I also like to do once I've got it disinfected as much as I can, I'm kind of like really pushing it on. I'm pushing this down on my hand so that I can really get all of the, closer to the bottom of where the brush meets the plastic. You want to try and get all that off there. And then I just kind of like run it along my towel a little bit and get most of the solution, the cleaning stuff off of there so that it looks more like that. And it feels like it's pretty much dry, because here's what'll happen. You're going to be putting, your lid back on here, and there's not going to get a lot of air. So you want to try and clean it, but then dry it. Because if you ever notice that it's gray along the area where the brush meets the plastic, that's mold. No, we don't want mold. So no, thank you. So now that this is clean and it's empty and the plunger is reset, we have our oil. This is just jojoba oil. I buy it at Trader Joe's. I get a 4-ounce bottle, which is a pretty big bottle, for like $7.99 at Trader Joe's. So, and then I bought the little dropper bottle on Amazon for, I don't know, got a set of 4 of them for like $10 or however much. Oh, sorry. And then you just refill it, put it back in there. And because, the oil is clean. It's not sterile, I don't think, but all I did was pour it from the Trader Joe's bottle into here. And now I'm just dipping it up using my dropper. So this is as clean as I can make it right here. Oh, I am an airhead. Hold on. Duh. What did I forget? Oopsie. So I'm going to pour this back in here. Hang on. All right, what you have to do first. No, I didn't forget it. I am such an airhead. I had it right. Why am I having such trouble with this? Wait a minute. The plunger goes on after it's filled. Yeah, I was right. All right, fill it up. You don't want to fill it too full, because this little ridgy area right in here, if you can see it, okay, now you can see the little ridgy area right there. Those little ridges that look like little scallops, little wavy things, that is what this is gonna ratchet to when you close it. So hang on, let me show you what I'm talking about. Fill it up. And you want to go just kind of below where those ridges are, which is about there. Because now when I put this back on, and you want to do this down with the plastic side down. Yeah, I might have gone a little bit too high, but that's okay. Because what's going to happen now is the lid, can you see the little scallops on the lid right here? The little scallops on the lid are going to sync up with the little scallops in here. Come on now. As hard as it was to take off, it's hard to put it back on. And if yours does what mine does right there with the oil in the cap, that means I filled it too full. So you want to go less than what I just did. Learn from me, people. So I'm gonna like take that off. And I'm gonna just take my little wipey. Oh, you know what? I really should use a Kleenex first, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm gonna just kind of like clean this out a little bit so that all of the oil isn't on there. I'm not starting this over. This is what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just kind of clean it, put it back in there. I put it in there once and took it out, and now there's another clean section of the little wipey. I want to just get it in there. And try to get some of the oil out. Because you're going to take this with you, or maybe it'll just be sitting by your, you know, by your nightstand. It might be by your computer. I have a couple of these in my bag. I have one by my nightstand, one by where I'm sitting right now. I have a few of these, and if you don't clean, you know, get some of the oil out of there, it will eventually like leak out onto whatever surface or into your bag. So you want to try and keep them clean. And now that this is totally saturated again, I'm going to just get some of it off of there so it's less. Run it on my towel again. Well, let me show you what that looks like, just in case you're curious. I just go like this, and I'm pressing a little bit. You can see the marks I'm leaving on my towel. I just do that a little bit so that it gets dry. But now that we're done with all of that, boom, finished. So let me just do another one. Where's the empty one? I got another empty one. Oh, I took the lid off of this one already. I showed you from a second ago. So first thing I'm going to do is get another clean wipey from the pack, because this one has been utilized. So I'm going to clean this first. And you can hear squeaky clean. Just make sure there's no gray, good. Run it on the towel. All right, plunger out. Now, which way does this go? I don't know if you can tell, but that is the wrong way. Right way. Okay, this is just so strenuous. Oh my God. Oh, my poor fingers. Ah, I'm gonna get cramp. Kidding. But this is the thing, you just have to reset the plunger and then not fill it up too much, and you're golden. And you know, these in general will last you months, a long time. So you're not gonna have to, you know, keep buying them new and throwing them out, and you know, they all make it into a landfill or whatever. I mean, I'm sure that landfills are inundated with empty nail oil pens. But either way, I mean, why spend $10 and buy these when you can get them for so much cheaper? I mean, I buy jojoba oil probably, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stop right there. I probably could, you know what, maybe a tiny bit more. Maybe a little tiny bit more. That's good. And that goes on, and lid, good. All right, now we're done. Finito. So now I have 2 full ones, and I still have like half of a one, which I was gonna, yeah, there's enough here that I don't need to refill this one yet. But anyway, this is what you do. Nail oil pens. They're a good thing. Everybody should do this. And that is it for now. So I got nail oil pens, I did makeup, and then my other video, I did dip powder removal and a mani. We covered a lot of territory today. So I hope everybody's having an awesome day, and thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.